are standing tall. Good guy fighting for us all. Biafran nation you defend. With love and spirit you won't bend. Strength and courage in your heart. From Ghana to Nigeria we all start. Thank you, Simon Ekpa, we adore. With you leading we soar. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags, I touch the sky. Biafra love in every beat. With your spirit we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you're our guiding light. Together we'll find our way. With your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags high, touch the sky. Biafra love in every beat. With your spirit we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you're our guiding light. Together we'll find our way. With your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive.
This is na wicked word. This is na confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I'm in telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go, wherever they go, opposite Udi, but the right hand side, along Gusukudu Road, I see people run, I see people run, then I ask the driver waiting they happen, driver waiting they happen, driver tell the party boy, see no day for thought, see no day for thought, if better you take your eye and see, then I call the driver waiting, driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one, and Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will do everything to see that Biafra is restored. How are we going to do everything to see that Biafra is restored? Our leaders has made their promises and they kept to their promises. What about you? Are you ready to do everything and anything to actualize it? Remember, Mazi Nnamdi asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this question. Are you ready to do everything and anything to restore Biafra? And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he will do everything and anything possible to actualize Biafra. Here are we today. You see where we are today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he has promised, have kept his promise. Today you see him in the DSS in Nigeria. You see them dragging him to court front and back, coming and going. Even when he has won his case, they say he should come back and start. They came and told us they're going to do a speedy trial today. The speedy trial is going to 1 year. And just yesterday, they gave him 3 months adjournment. And after that adjournment, some of us begin to think what transpired. Now, it begins to be clear to some of us when we say Nigerian government cannot be trusted. Nigerian government is a terrorist government, and they will not look back when they are committing a terrorist crime. They have committed a lot of crimes against humanity, and they continue to commit. They don't care. When that announcement came yesterday that the judgment of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come in 3 months' time, it is not a surprise. And even in that 3 months' time, 10th of October, don't be surprised the court will not hold. And if the court hold, don't be surprised the judge might resign. The judge might rescue himself from the case because pressure has started mounting already. They have seen all the process the case passed, and they have also understood that the case application that was filed by the defense counsel will hold, because judging from everything we have seen, there's no case anyway. But I can bet you that the Nigerian government can delay you for as much as they can. Remember, that was what Mazi Nnamdi said before. They can delay you for as long as they want, and there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is to give them the same measure at which they are measuring to you. That is why only Mazi Nnamdi knows their medicine. He knows the medicine to cook for them, and when he cooks it, they have no choice than to eat it. That's why for many years now, Mazi Nnamdi had kept them on their toes. And from that moment, they took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away. Mazi Nnamdi has made sure they don't have peace. Biafran people have also put their head together to continue to make sure that Nigeria does not breathe in our territory. But somehow they have mastered their act. They know what to do, how to do, and when to do. They know how to bribe. What we saw yesterday in court was another injustice, grave injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they know it, because this is the same judge that told us that he's going to speed up the case. He also gave complaint of this vacation, that there's no way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in detention and they go on vacation. He said it himself. But finally, that thing he said is what is happening today. And he knows very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense. But because of the pressure from the government, he has no choice than to do what they want. And that is why he decided to go for a leave and think. This battle started from the end of this very case. It started from the no case submission. Once they heard about no case submission, the pressure began to mount on the judge. Pressure from every corner, from all angles, trying to make sure that he doesn't speak. But he always knows this issue of Nigeria, that Nigeria is a very fraudulent country. And it takes the grace of God for you to say no to them. It takes the grace of God for you to overcome them. So that is why when we see things happen, we don't rush to conclusion. And you never believe whatever they tell you. Nigerian government can bribe anybody bribable. They can pay anything to get their way. That is one of the ways they run their system. They have been spending a hell of millions of dollars to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down, to cage him and make sure that he doesn't have a voice. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being blessed by Chukwu Abiyam and protected by Chukwu Abiyam, has continued to stand his ground, and they can't stop him no matter how they try. They have never succeeded and they will not succeed. Not when he has Mazi Simon Ekpa on international ground speaking. They saw that Mazi Simon Ekpa was making wave and they stopped him. But will that stop Biafra? Not at all. It will only kickstart it, make it move faster. These are our two leaders that are in detention. We must be praying for them. And the most important thing, we have to keep our differences. Keep the differences. You can't be doing the same thing over and over again. You can't be doing the same thing. I don't know if some of our brothers are not even ashamed of what is happening. When you go in line, you see Biafrans fighting Biafrans. The same thing that happened during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped. That is what is happening today. On the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, even worse. The case of Mazi Simon Ekpa is even worse. The kind of confusion you see. Within a very short space of time, they have had already 3 divisions already. What happened to us? What happened to our conscience? What happened to our manners? What really transpired? Because of your own personal interest, because you want to be in charge. So you have decided to be telling lies, follow things that are wrong. It is so sad. But wherever you are, myself as an individual, I will do what I can. I have chosen my path to always come to broadcast to Biafrans, at least to remind you that we must continue this fight until we win it. That is something. That is the one I know I can do. And I'm doing it even with stress. When you look at me, you can see I'm very, very stressed in these days. This period of time, I'm very stressed. So many things I have to do, but particular one, I can't afford to leave it. There are so many things that are on my head, but this particular one, I can't afford to leave it. If I had a choice, I would have gone to have some rest. But I always try with every single minute I have to speak to Biafran people. We must reunite ourselves together to win. There is no problem in disagreement. We can disagree. But in the midst of disagreement, let us find a common thing, tiny rope that holds us. Freedom. Don't cut that rope down. That tiny rope that holds us, freedom, hold it. It is very important. That is our faith. That is our strength. That is our life. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody is going to redeem you. You must have to redeem yourself. Everything we are saying today has been said in the past, but some of us refuse to listen. And today you see the result of our stubbornness. And even today, people are still playing the same line of it. Some are say they are for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are waiting for him. Some say Mazi Simon Ekpa, some say they are for the Gozo Boys. But I am for Biafra. I am for Biafra. I am not for anybody. I am for Biafra. On that structure that is put in place from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is where I am. Whoever fall in that structure, I will be there. If you fall out, I will still be here. Another person will fall in. So my fellow Biafran that are watching, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama to please stay strong. Give the little support you can, any way you can. Don't hesitate to give. And stop paying attention to people that don't know their left and right. Today is Saturday. You will see different people, different angle, hosting their fundraising. People that don't know why the fundraising is being done. They are hosting fundraising. They think it's about getting money. You know where you are supposed to go. Go there and make your donation. Allow the confused set of people to continue what they do. They can never stop us. No matter how they try, they will never stop us. And for that, I am going to bring this message of Mazi Nnamdi. Let us listen to this message of our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi. Let us use it and encourage ourselves this evening before we end the program. I'm not going to take time. I told you we're having fundraising, and I'll be here maybe for 45 minutes or 1 hour. I'm done. I'm not going to be too long here. So let us listen to this message that is coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Mazi Nnamdi.
We have made it very clear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the people of Biafra. Simon Ekpa is the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria. Know this and know this. Once you know this, you will know this. But if you refuse to know this, you will never know this. I remain Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Nigeria, and as a matter of fact, I remain in charge. And if you don't want me to be in charge, bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Stop all this nonsense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to control Biafra from prison. It doesn't work. It can never work and will never work. We are well-educated people, very sensible people, very smart generation that you cannot deceive. You don't expect Biafra people, as wise as we are, to be led from DSS dungeon. If you are not happy by the fact that Simon Ekpa is now in charge of the Biafra Liberation Movement, you don't need to start disgracing yourself on social media. If you hate Simon Ekpa's approach to Biafra freedom, bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out and stop antagonizing what Simon Ekpa is doing in his own way.
This same word is applicable today. If you don't like the people that's in power, there's no need coming to social media to antagonize them and call them names. Look for something else to do. Pursue the freedom of those your leaders that you really want. Pursue their freedom and speak about them. Let them come and join us and settle this. This message is applicable even now. When you are listening to this message, relate it to what is happening now. You understand it better.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not your friend in 2021, before 2021. Some of you going to seek advice from him was the one who masterminded his kidnapping from Kenya. And the same man today you are running for help. If you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now somebody, bring him out to stop it. But so long as he continues to be illegally detained at the SS dungeon, you must come to terms with that reality that Simon Ekpa is not in charge. I will deal with you. You don't know what you have done to yourself. Freedom fighting is a fight. I have come to end and stop and finish the fight that the Jubu started over 50 years ago. So all of you that you see Simon Ekpa as an obstacle to whatever nonsense you are doing with Nigeria, believe me, I am just knocking at the door. I have not started. I told you people that time is coming when you are going to know who Simon Ekpa is. Time is fast. So if you are not happy with the fact that Simon Ekpa is in charge and the sheriff in town, bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out this story. And if you cannot do that, white, right, everywhere you want in this life, white. Remember that I want you people to believe this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapping the worst mistake Nigeria has ever made. And I want in the beginning that we are going to make sure that the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very costly and expensive. My people of Biafra, I am telling you, we are now over $50 billion lost to Nigeria, and we are counting. We are counting 15 billion lost to the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we are still counting. By the time we get to September, I'm talking about $20 billion. That is
estimated loss in that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now tell me, not only that, we are crashing the foundation of Nigeria. And God have used you to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that you pave way for the quicker action of Biafra nation. And it is happening. And so Biafra people, those who are still contemplating on whatever is doing, please do not listen to criminals who collected money to sell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And those telling you Sawonepa should stop using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name, I want to tell you one thing today. I've been addressing this on Twitter. During the time I was having meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, none of these people were back. None of them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never brought anybody to me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never.
This is exactly the same thing that's happening today. Do you know that there are some people that are telling us not to use the name of Mazi Simon Ekpa? Some people are still saying, don't mention the name of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Don't use him. He's the leader of the brigade. He's not the leader of the USB. He is not your leader. You don't respect. The same thing they did to him when they were warning him. You see some group today that sued the United States of Biafra. They sued me and you. This set is even worse than the former one because the IPOB DOS didn't have the mind to sue anybody. They didn't have the audacity to sue anybody. But you can imagine this one.
Introduce anybody in Biafra struggle today. If anybody has ever participated in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they should come forward. And I tell you what, I am working and executing contract and agreement, verbal agreement I have with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only between me and him. Nobody else was part of it. And I'm going to fulfill this particular agreement to the best interest of myself, best interest of Biafra, best interest of our future, and best interest of our nation. So it is not attached to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's attached to God's land. And those who have sacrificed everything for the struggle of them. So this particular agreement, nobody born of woman will come to it and be victory. So I want to make it very clear to you that the time I was having a meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, none of them were part of it. I do not know anybody. I never met. I've come to finish where it's from. The code is in my hand, not in the criminals that were expelled, not in the governors, not in the senators that will soon begin to receive the Duakanono of internal one. We have started it. If you think you can do what you do to other people, this is the end of the road. So therefore, people, tomorrow we're going to have a normal broadcast, and I wish that you're going to enjoy yourself. For the time being, I just come here to give every Biafran a shout out. Thank you for your resoluteness and what you have done during the 2 weeks platform. It was a success. For the very first time in the history of the evil entity called Nigeria, we shake the foundation, we shake the very evil foundation to the maximum, and we continue to shake that particular foundation until it is broken finally. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Biafrans for allowing the spirit of Biafra to possess them and staying very strong and very resolute, irrespective of the fact that they are propagating lies and whatever they are propagating in order to stop the Biafra movement. Today, the people that were proscribed, I want you to know that IPOB, those people and the Sidon that were proscribed by the Nigeria representative within Biafra territory in the Southeast, called Southeast Governors, proscribed IPOB for no reason. And
That is why I'm playing. I'm playing this video so that you will not be surprised for what you are seeing today. In the present day Biafra, a lot of things are happening, and I don't want you to be surprised. When you see all the speech he made, it's just like a replay of what is happening today. It is still happening again. But you, as a Biafran, you must know that the restoration of Biafra have gone to the highest level. And you must take your position. Let us fight it out and get it. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, do not give up. Do not be tempted to withdraw. Because withdrawal is not an option. Running away is not an option. The only option we have is to restore Biafra. Only the restoration of Biafra will guarantee our faith. The pursuit for self-determination is not a crime. It is a genuine and lawful thing to do. So wherever you are and you are speaking of self-determination, please climb on top of the mountain, shout it to the whole world so that they will hear. You are not committing any crime. When they make you feel as if you are committing a crime, let them know that you know what you are doing. Do not run away out of fear. Do not pay attention to their propaganda and blackmail. That is what they are known for. But we know what we want. And because we know what we want, we are not moved. We focus on the real answer to the question, and we will get it out. Self-determination is the way to go. And we will give them exactly the same cup they used to measure to us. We are going to use the same cup to measure for them. There is no going back. There is no going back. It's not an option and will never be an option. So wherever you are watching this video at this particular hour, you must know that we have a responsibility. And we must abide by that responsibility and make sure that our voice is heard. Let us listen to our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once again and hear his message to inspire us
That
and
was
guide
why
us.
when the British came, they saw the light in Biafra. Immediately they saw it. Now, and they said, I have no this thing, as I told you. And
We must continue to preach the message. I want to share the message of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let us use it finally, get some messages from it before we end the program for the day, and then prepare for the fundraising.
that was why when the British came, they saw the light in Biafra. Immediately they saw it. Now, and they said, I have no this thing, as I told you. And I want everybody to go to Google again, because you are lecturing today, and type in the word Sambatma. I want to teach you something this very day that will shock even our enemies. Go to Google and you type in this word, please. Sambatyon. It's called Sambatyon. It's called the Sambatyon. You never put it. Sambatyon. Go and as I'm reading it, I want to read this. Sambatyon. I told you everything I tell you is possible for everyone. I don't other than my mind. As I'm giving the message from my mind. Let me remember the Biafran. The whole of Biafra. Forget all this other thing. The house of God and his nephews Ephraim and Manasseh. Are you listening? There are the ancient people who were there. The first wave of migrants came from Egypt. The second wave came from Samaria. One came from Egypt, Sudan. Egypt, Sudan, Niger, Yoruba land, Yoruba. First wave, the house of God. The house of Ephraim and Manasseh came to Egypt, came to Egypt, went to the upper lands of Ethiopia, came into the Afar region of Ethiopia, proceeded to the Central African Republic, today, to Cameroon, and into Biafra. Return and find get the Republic. And when I say that Biafrans are Israelites or not all of it, I've told you this before, so there will be no confusion. I want you to go and type in Sambatio, something Sambattion, S for sugar, A for apple, M for mother, B for bravo, A for apple, T for tango, I for India, O for Oscar, and N for November. You can find the Sambatio. In the earliest literature, where do I begin? What is Sambatio? It is the mythical river. It is the mythical river. A river of stone. A river of stone that took Jews to every part of the world. There was a man that wrote many centuries ago. Many centuries ago. This is shocking. Shocking. The river Sambatio flowed beyond the rivers of the sea. Remember when I told you about the Afar region and I told you about Biafra, yes, and Biafra. This man is saying that the exact place that we located in the man as we have Biafra is during the migration was where this very river was located. And these are Jewish scholars of note. Josephus, Pliny the Elder. These people we are writing in the ancient days. In ancient days. Even an Arabian, his name is Abraham Abulasian. And this same river was mentioned in 2 Kings as well. The river that flowed beyond the rivers of the sea. And where is the sea? If you go beyond Ethiopia, it becomes Abuja. It's here. I didn't write it. Everything we tell you is gospel. Absolute gospel. Some people don't understand, they don't listen very well. God is some parts of the assignment. God is. Then you understand the miracle that they will be in our life. You must understand. They say you have no history. I don't know that the British discovered something they never wanted anybody to see. They said your name is now Nigerian. It means black. It means evil. They said that the most credible account is that given by a Jewish writer and prophet. Is the most credible. His name is Eldad the Danite, you know the tribe of Dan. In his letter to the Jews in Spain in the year 883 AD, he said, who are we? That's something I want to play for you. That is something that I wish to play for you, that the whole world may understand it. To know who we are. To know why we are agitating for Biafra. To tell the so-called misguided, foolish elders that cannot see, that are not learned, to let them understand why we do what they know nothing. That is why we are the way we are. They know nothing. I want to show you something. Listen. Listen. No, that's not, that's, oh my goodness, it has gone. I will try to play it from here. But listen.
We believe that there's a possibility of the election brought to
Listen.
declaration of human rights. This is a very, very serious matter. There's something that
The white man.
Although Dr. Floyd had bestowed upon me the honorary title of Nigerian. And we had a conversation. It wasn't heated, but he acted like he was going to revoke my Nigerian man credentials.
Listen.
Causing my 13-year-old son, who was in the car with me, to be very distraught. He said, Dad, you have to stay in Nigeria. But talking about children, when I was a little boy, I was 7 years old, growing up in a swamp. Closest town was 30 miles away. The first thing that happened in the world that brought to bear that maybe things weren't always right and always good was the Vietnam War.
Vietnam War.
South was frankly just the war. It was Biafra.
Biafra. Listen. The British. Yeah. It's a good nation. Biafra.
And then later when I learned something most people don't know, that there is a plausible argument that democracy began in
People like a white man. Democracy, the world knows today, started in Igbo. The whole world knows. A white man. An American. An American. I don't know who has this clip. I want to post it. Oh my God. Democracy started where? Now, this is the reason why I say that we are the most oldest people on this earth. And if you don't have the grace of God, you cannot write. You cannot read and write. The white man, do research in America. This is why it's here in North Carolina. If you're wondering why this is North Carolina, this is because the white man understands what Biafra is. Blacks in Africa don't the purpose of God in their lives, they have one. You see, the Yoruba see Biafra as something there to be fought. Let's fight it. They are fighting Biafra. This man did his great research and said what our ancestors were able to do 5,000 years ago. Now today we cannot do it. The first created constitution in the whole world. The first organized government in the world. There are two people that God controlled from heaven. The Israelites and those that he sent to Biafra land. Only two. The Israelites revolted and said, give us a king so we can be like other nations. And to go gather and give them Saul. That's not the funniest thing. The Igbo race never asked for it. Instead, they named their children Chibris and Akonsi. That is why if you come out in Biafra land in those days, I say Igbo land as an example because they're the ones maintaining it. And you say to somebody you're a king, they'll tell you to go and be a king with your wife and your children. Igbo and everything. Now you understand why I fight for Biafra. And I want my Yoruba brethren to understand once Biafra is free, also pray. You'll be very rich. I'm sure. Because it's a blessing from God. In heaven, not man. And this is what the British never wanted you to know. They don't want you to know this. Because they want us to be saying it. And being a black man from Africa, if you're saying it, people won't believe you. The British saw this. That was why they said we must amalgamate them. They found a number and Nnamdi Kanu was a willing to of the devil. And he agreed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. I'll play it again. So, how special you are. I want you to understand how special. Some of you don't know when we fight for Biafra. This is the reason why. We are the oldest of the oldest, the very ancient. When I tell you that Igbo language is word that's in heaven, you're doubting. That is what they speak in heaven. The angels address God Almighty in Igbo language. This is the reason why the oldest civilization of this earth, the center of the whole world. Let's listen to this man once again. I'm excited about it. Let's listen to him.
There was a country.
That's a country.
And then later when I learned something most people don't know,
Most people don't know
that
this.
there is a plausible argument that democracy can be evolved. The very first written constitution on this planet was written by Igbo people.
They even wrote the first constitution. But Europeans don't want the world to know. Because they are wondering, if that is the case, why did God put people in Africa? That's so backwards. And I'm saying to them, God sent us to Africa to bring life into Africa. That's our job. Engagement in our villages, which means light. It's Anambra. It's everywhere you go. You know how we are. The first written constitution. In secret, the first. Listen, I want to listen to this man more, please. Listen.
The very first democracy that involved self-governance.
Self-governance.
For everybody.
Autonomous
Not
community.
just the Greek wealthy, but everybody was in the program.
You will have.
And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders.
The first thing, anywhere when America was saying give women the first, this is our mothers, so we are rulers. They rule the families. When women are talking in our culture, men don't come out. You don't dare come out. Can you say it? Can you hear who we are? When I hear all these things in Abuja and Lagos, all these reference talking, I feel sorry for them. That is why we are harsh with any idiot that calls himself an elder who doesn't know history. What we are fighting for is to protect something that anybody will be envious of. This is who we are. And we started worshiping idol. Somebody will go to the farm and cut the wood. Or pianos, got an idol. Bow down for an idol. And God took away all the blessings he gave us. He said, that was part of the devil. That's what we want. That's why we're in a mess. God gave us 700 years to come out of it. We continue. I go worship. And he said, the Arabs came. He said, no, I don't want to do it. He said, the British instead, go and conquer them. And as you're conquering them, you're going with the Bible. The Old Testament and the New Testament. If they are smart, God said, if they are smart, they will go to Old Testament and see who they are. And that will what we do. Oh my goodness. Let's listen.
Was an ego land.
Ebola.
The West, Europe, we were still in the dark ages.
Europe was nothing. You see all these white men building aeroplane and going to the moon, they were nothing. When Biafra land was bubbling, when the kingdom of Biafra was at its peak, with God Almighty in heaven as the unfed king, Europe was nowhere. They were in stone ages. They were nothing.
And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness. And to this day, you see a great...
Listen, due process and fairness. These things are weaved into our idioms we have, our proverbs. This is a white man teaching you who you are. Fairness. Which is the foundation of our constitution. Fairness. I want the world to hear this. Biafra means fairness. You can never hit anybody and get away with it. Never. The Biafra man. Some idiots come up and they say they're elders. They know nothing. They are promoting one Nigeria, bringing the curse of God upon them and on their children. They know nothing. God said you cannot go into Nigeria. I asked the British to come to show you who you are. That you may return to me. That I may re-establish my kingdom. Before I researched and I found that I used to tell that Biafra is the kingdom of heaven on this earth. I told you that before. Before I did research and I discovered it. And I showed it to you. I showed it. It's on my page. Don't be scroll down, you will see it. Kingdom of Biafra. It is there. Which means that the name could have come from anywhere else. Apart from the proponents. The white man is not telling you who you are. The first organized system of government in the whole world. With fairness. With the fairness. Fairness. That's it.
You have had this very powerful message. You know, we can never get enough of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message. So what I do every evening is to play some portion of it for us to refresh our memories, to know whom we are, know why we are doing what we are doing, and why we must continue to do what we are doing. So wherever you are watching from, tighten up your belt. Do not lose faith. Do not lose hope. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us. Our Prime Minister Mazi Samanipa will also join us. There is no going back. Thank you for joining us on this program. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed and bye-bye.
This is not wicked word. This is not Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the lucky hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the Pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If you better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver wait you. The driver wait